Hola, hola guys. So I know I'm coming to you guys with a lot of vlogs. Wanted to do an OOTD. This is what I wore to work today. Tomorrow we have a dress down day, so you know I'm about to cut up. But I don't have any like fall or Halloween stuff, so I'm about to run out and get some of that stuff, and I want to do a haul. And I also wanted to talk a little bit. I'm sorry, my TV is OD loud, guys. I'm watching my girl Brianna too. Hold on. Alright, so, and I also wanted to talk a little bit about ESL and like two different methods, which is push in and pull out. I know a lot of you guys have been asking me to make videos on me being an ESL teacher. As you know, I teach Spanish and ESL. I've done Spanish for 3 years, and this is my second year doing the, I've taught Spanish for 3 years, and this is my third year teaching ESL, so I'm super excited. But yeah, let's head out and get some stuff for like Halloween / fall, and then I'll do a little haul, and you guys like let me know. So this is Vlogtober day 6, and yeah, I'm also gonna include clips of my weekend adventures last week of my friend's birthday, so stay tuned for that, and go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. And so guys, this is what they have in Marshalls so far, so I'm going to grab a couple of things. See, now these candles are cute, but they're cute, but they don't smell good, if that makes any sense. Should make a lot of sense. And they have this, so I don't want to show you guys too much because I want to do a haul, but yeah. So they are definitely not playing any games. They moved all of that stuff to the front to make room for the Christmas stuff. That is crazy. I guess it's okay being that, you know, fall, Thanksgiving, Halloween, you can kind of like use the same stuff. But yeah, what you've seen at the front is what they have left. I do need a vase for my roses, so that's why I'm back here looking at these. Maybe something tall. Let's see. Hey guys, I'm back. Don't judge me, judge your mama. No, I'm kidding. $50-$60. So, as you saw in the store, like, I should have gotten my fall and Halloween things in the beginning, excuse me. When I saw them in their selection, I really don't like my background. I love my background, but all right. So anyway, I should have just gotten the things when I seen they first like dropped their pieces or whatever for this year. So yeah, that was a miss. I only ended up getting one like Halloween piece. So my vent was a little dirty, so I'm gonna clean that. Oh, this is Penelope, guys. I just watered her. Need to make sure she's in the sun tomorrow. But I got this. This is the Bendable Chenille duster, and it attracts dust and debris. You can clean fan blades, baseboards, and high reaches. All right, I'm a shorty, so I needed this. I've been needing that for a while. Is it me, or I just do not like spending my own money? Like, so I was referring to this. Candy is candy, but wine is divine. So I got that as well. Pretty cute. And then I got a coffee mug. It says Black Excellence. Pretty cute. And it has kind of like that speckled inside, because I am Black Excellence. And then DW Home. I absolutely love DW Home's candles. I have so many of the candles. All of my candles are DW Home. Hopefully that is a sponsor in the near future. I absolutely love them. So they have this candle. It is the DW Essence Pumpkin Essential Fragrances for Everyday Living. Finely crafted, richly scented. What I appreciate about DW Home is that they are long lasting. They always smell so great. It says it's finely crafted and richly scented, and it is just that. And I just appreciate the detail that they take and they put into they're candles. My favorite, hands down, although I love me some pumpkin, everything, and this is my season, my favorite will always be lava, which I have right here. I haven't been able to get it at Marshall's lately, so I'm gonna go on their site, but I still want it for a Marshall's price. So yeah, I got this. This is the pumpkin, and if I have to this smells like it kind of like has hints of like fireball, kind of like hot, red hot scent to it with a dash of pumpkin. And then, this just smells divine. And this maple hazelnut has been burning for so long. So I'm gonna go ahead and light this actually. So we can get a new scent going in here. I absolutely love DW Home. So yeah. And I hope this burns for a while. I usually buy them in twos. I buy my candles in twos. I absolutely love candles. So I'm going to be posting my P.O. box soon. So if you guys want to send me candles, if you make your own hand-poured candles, oils, essentials, send them my way. And I'll be happy to, represent for you. But guys, that's all I got. Trust me, I did have more things in my cart and I did want to purchase more things. But I'm like, you know what? I'm good because I have things to do. And yeah. So guys, that's basically all I got, and I wanted to talk to you guys about two different types of ELL intervention or methods that we use, and those are ELL pull in and ELL pull out. So I'm sorry, push in and pull out. So ELL push in, and let me sit down for this. ELL, the acronym stands for English Language Learner. All right, so an ELL is the student. They may speak Arabic as their first language. They may speak Spanish. They may speak Mandarin, mainland Chinese. They may speak French as their first language. Anyone who is learning English as a second language or third or fourth, fifth language, you are still an English language learner. It doesn't matter if you speak any other languages. You are an ELL, all right? It doesn't have to be English as a second language. You are an ELL. You are an English language learner. You're learning English, okay? Now, let's break down and briefly talk about what these two methods are. So I attended my first meeting today, so I want to give a big shout out to Megan and Rachel. Big shout out to you ladies. It just feels so great to be a part of a collective of a content that I care about so much. And I truly believe that you ladies will be like pioneers of this for our network, of this content for our network. So we were talking about the pros and cons of these two interventions for English language learners. And one of the common interventions is ELL push in. So you have your caseload for the year, your ELL students, right? And you are going into their general education classes. So they may be in a math class, English class. You are coming in, you may sit in class with them, or you may just be working closely with that teacher and differentiating the work, or scaffolding. What does that look like? Let's say if we are in an English 100 class and our newcomers and ELLs are limited English proficient LEP students, and they need additional help in their core class. You are scaffolding a reading as opposed to having maybe like a whole paragraph. You give them just like 2 or 3 sentences so that it is palatable and sticky for the student. And you also want it to be, you want this scaffolded material, this differentiated material to be sticky for the kids, so the newcomers or ELLs. So you always want them thinking. And a good way to do that is using things like word banks, doing translations, talking about home, and using real world experiences to connect with the students' learning. Por ejemplo, you may be talking about the climate. All right, I may have a student that's from Ecuador, and you may pose a question. if we look outside, today's weather here in New Jersey, located in the United States, it's hot. Ooh, it's hot. We know that it's summertime here in New Jersey. What about in Ecuador? Is the season the same? Okay, so you may have been covering the climate and seasonal changes for maybe about like 2 weeks to a month, and you want that student to be able to apply what you're teaching them, that vocabulary. You want to make it sticky. You want them to be able to use it in context. You want to expose that student to the vocabulary in many different ways. So that's one way you can bridge. So that's what we were talking about today. So tying all of those up, ELL Pushing is basically where you are helping out that general ed teacher or that core teacher, scaffolding and differentiating work, all right? Let's talk about some pros for ELL Pushing before we move on to ELL Pullout. ELL Pushing may come with many different benefits. The student isn't feeling isolated or a sense of otherness by being pulled out of a class. They get to be amongst the general ed population and still learn, and the practices are still equitable because they are receiving that core curriculum, but it is equitable because they are receiving services that they need, all right? They are getting everything that they need while still feeling the sense of community, feeling like they are a part of the general ed community, which they are. They just need those additional services to reach that goal, which is to develop the academic target language, whatever that may be. In this case, it's English, all right? So those are a few pros. A few cons may be, maybe students may notice that the work is differentiated. And they're like, hey, well, why does so-and-so, because kids are curious, why does so-and-so have a different test than me? Or why is so-and-so's text shorter than mine? Or, and in that breath, that may be a con because the student's like, oh my gosh, they pointed out that, I may be LEP and, my work is different. Okay, so I'll post as many videos as you guys want me to if this wasn't clear enough. Guys, it's been a long day. So let's talk about the pros and cons of ELL Pullout. So this works great for me because, all right, so I'm a high school ESL teacher. I'm sorry, I am an ESL teacher, English Second Language learner teacher. All right. So let's talk about what ELL Pullout is, what exactly that is. So basically, just like core classes, in my case, they run 56 minutes. I have a class designated to all of my ELL students. So first period, I am teaching my ELLs, okay? So pros to this is that they get to be amongst a community of students who are working toward the same goal. They are all learning the English language so that they get to feed off of each other. They get to share this experience and feel a sense of community amongst people who are developing the same content and the same skills, all right? So they don't feel singled out because everybody's receiving the same assistance. Cons may be, again, being pulled out of class and students being able to walk by. Well, we're in a pandemic. You shouldn't have students like walking in and out of the hallway. But, just feeling like a sense of otherness, right? Let's talk about more pros than cons because at this point, we want to know what we can do to help our babies. Students are receiving direct support and attention. They're getting the help that they need, and they're taking an aggressive approach to language learning. They get to own their learning without feeling like they're being watched and feeling embarrassed, and they're communicating the best that they can. And luckily for my students, who are all their first language is Spanish, I speak Spanish, so I take a bilingual approach. Although most of the comprehensible input and directions and instructions are in English, sometimes it does help to speak to them in their native tongue, which is Spanish. Y yo puedo hablar español, yo soy maestro de español, y por eso yo puedo hablar en español, okay? So I can give lessons in Spanish and English. So it's helping them bridge. That's what we want. We don't want to reinvent a wheel that works fine, a system that works fine, right? So that's the beauty about that. So I hope I provided a little bit of insight. I know you guys wanted me to make a video on teaching ESL versus Spanish. I am I am using the same curriculum that I'm using to teach my beginning Spanish learners Spanish. So I'm using TPRS. Shout out to Martina Bex and everyone else who's using Somos and TPRS and all of this stuff. So yeah, it's going pretty good. My students are having a great time. They are learning, and yeah. So if there is anything else you guys would like for me to cover, I will. I hope that was clear for you. I just wanted to discuss or debrief kind of like what it is that we do as ELL teachers. And I also want to end on a positive note. I just want to encourage you that if you are a beginning ELL teacher, you're feeling lost, you're doing your coursework and curriculum and stuff, you're not alone. There is a network of people. You can get on Facebook, join these free groups, get resources, download them to your Google Drive. There are articles out there. There is a community that's willing to help you succeed in this field and get your kids to where they need to be. There are even people who collaborate with lessons and intellectual prep and lesson plans and all of this stuff. It's just going to require a bit of work on your end to seek them out. They're not hard to find, but yeah. So I hope you enjoyed that. I do have new ELL and Spanish language teacher shirts coming soon to my site at tucollaborative.com. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I will be making more videos. You just need to let me know what you want, and I will do a Q&A. All right, guys. Adios. I majored in Spanish, and I followed a curriculum sheet. So I wasn't taking any classes that I did not need. I consulted a lot with my advisor. You have to stay on these advisors. Like, we pay them. It is their job. They should know about the program, and I would even talk to students or people who are in the similar program, see what they're doing, see what classes they're taking. And again, there should be a coursework sheet document that has all of the classes that you are required to take. Take all of your required courses. Don't take anything less or more. And a big shout out to you for making that smart financial move with going into a community college as opposed to going straight into a 4-year university or institution. So beautiful there. Yes, I would follow a curriculum sheet to get my degree. And in the state of New Jersey and in North Carolina, you only need 30 credits of the language you are trying to teach and then passing all certification. Okay? So, Yadira, I hope that answers your question. If not, comment below. Reach out to me on Instagram at David J. Monk, and I will get right back with you, love. All right, can you make a video about ESL versus Spanish teaching? I'm interested in both and not sure which path to pursue. Yes, love, I will make a video. I realize I don't talk much about, my being an ESL teacher, because I am an ESL teacher and I am a Spanish teacher. I've been teaching both for 3 years, so this is my 3rd year teaching Spanish, and this is my 3rd year teaching ESL. So yes, love, I got you. I will make a video, and that is from Emily Nigel. Marian, I love your videos. I'm an aspiring Spanish teacher, and your videos give me life. Qué bacano. Tú lo sabes. Eres dominicana, Maria. Anyways, thank you for showing me love. I realized that there were a lot of Spanish speakers up here, or people who were pursuing teaching Spanish, and people learning different languages and polyglots and stuff, but I just feel like they don't appeal to me. Like, they're kind of boring to me. I love you guys. I am not trying to bring you down. So I'm just trying to create like a lifestyle vlogging channel that is conducive to teaching you how to major in Spanish, how to become a world language teacher, how to teach ESL if you want to, and just the life of like a young teacher. I don't feel like there are
enough young teachers who are being authentically themselves. I feel like people get up here and they talk like they're scripted or something. That is boring. Like, I will literally turn the video off in 30 seconds. Like, if you think I'm about to sit up here and listen to you talk about nothing, absolutely not. No. Or just be boring. Like, it's very informative, but I be bored. And we already at 8 minutes, so let me go ahead and get into this. So thank you for the love, Marion. Nene, I really want to teach Spanish one day, and I want to know if I need a degree to do so. Yes, love, you do need 30 credit hours. I don't think you need to necessarily have a whole degree in the language you want to teach, but you do need like 30 credit hours. Let me know what state you're in, and again, you can reach out to me at David J. Monk on Instagram. That'll get my attention faster. Sometimes this YouTube app that I have, I don't get notifications right away. Denise Sanchez, I just found your channel and you are such an inspiration. I'm going into my student teaching semester for Spanish and I'm so nervous. Thank you for the motivation to not quit, and I'm sorry for your losses. God bless. Thank you, love. And this was on my What They Don't Tell You About Teaching and How to Grieve Day in the Life of a Spanish Teacher video. Thank you so much, Denise. After losing my grandfather, I was just all over the place and just found myself like really sad thinking about him. But the show must go on. I love him, Pop Pop. I love you so much. You're one of the reasons I do what I do. Going into your student teaching love first. Felicitaciones, felicidades, whatever, what may have you. So proud of you. You're going to go far. Take your time. Start creating a Google Drive with every resource your teacher is giving you. So if it is a worksheet she's using or he is using, the person you're shadowing, make sure you're uploading that to a Google Drive so that you can use it later. If they are creating IPs or lessons, ask to see them. Really ask questions like, hey, well, what does this section mean? Because there are different sections of a lesson plan that, you know, sometimes can not be so sticky where to the point where you don't get it. So please make sure you're asking questions. And don't be afraid to question the status quo. If you really don't get something, make that be known. You don't get it, and that's okay. Ask all the questions. Start making those lesson plans as well, so that you're just internalizing your lessons as opposed to reinventing the wheel, if that makes any sense. So everything's ready for you when you finally get your own classroom, so you won't be lost. And that's another video. I want to make what first year teachers should know. I got you. Thanks so much for this video. This is Tanique Wilson. Thanks so much for this video. I just made up my mind that I want to become a Spanish teacher. Yes. I'm obsessed with the language. I'm so passionate about learning about it. Please keep making videos. I'm sure I have more questions. But yes, girl, I'm so proud of you. Tanique or Tanique, please correct me if I'm saying your name wrong, love. So a big shout out to you, love. Yes, teach Spanish. We need more people that don't like, I'm a black man, and most people just assume, oh, eres cubano, eres dominicano. Like, no, yo soy afroamericano, pero yo puedo hablar español. Spanish is not a hard language to learn, period. It's not. It's not. And if you have a passion or an adoration for a culture or a language, teach it, love. Because I know a lot of people that speak Spanish, but they are not passionate about teaching it, or vice versa about any other world languages. And that goes for any content area. You got a lot of people that do things, but they don't do it with their full heart. And that just goes to show that just because you love something, I'm sorry, not just because you love something because you would want them to do it, but just because you can do something, that doesn't mean that you should. Just because you can do the job and you're good at it doesn't mean that you should. So just because you are a native or a heritage Spanish speaker doesn't mean you should teach Spanish just because you speak it, because that would be like, oh, Mr. Monk teaches, ironically, I do teach English as a second language, but he speaks English, so he could be a great English teacher. That's not true. That is not true. So a big shout out to you, boo. Chelsea, I just found your channel and I love it. I'm going to school for Spanish soon, so please continue to share. This is the inspirational content we need. Thank you so much, love. I will keep these videos coming. But without further ado, thank you for supporting me, guys. We're going to go ahead and hop into the Mall of America video.